start a dropshipping business because you're passionate about it. You
Nah,
just start it for
again,
money.
it's-
Whereas
yeah.
if you're someone that wants to start an e-commerce store because you have a product or you have an idea that you're truly passionate about, then you got to do it how you guys did it and make it last and make it worth
I think
it.
people start dropshipping as well because they see all these like online courses and
Yes.
they get rich quick,
Yes.
yada yada.
Bit
Unfortunately,
of clickbait, right?
And unfortunately, like, kids just dive into these businesses thinking they're gonna be a millionaire overnight.
Yes.
Well, I hate to tell you, it takes 5 years.
I wish it happened like that.
Yeah, I know,
So,
how great.
Overnight success takes 4 years, 5
Yeah.
years. I mean, it could happen sooner, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Happy Way podcast, your go-to place for all things fun, happiness, well-being, growth, trust, and diversity. I am your host, Melissa Fideli, and I am here to inspire and connect everyone who chooses health and happiness so you can be your healthiest self and live life the happy way.
On today's episode, we have Jordan and Corey, who are the founders of Vacay Swimwear. Their journey started back in 2016, where these two mates, while sitting on a beach in Mykonos, noticed a very narrow window for males to show their personality through their holiday fashion. This is when Vacay Swimwear came to life. Their collections take swim and resort wear fashion to a new dimension with iconic prints that give you the confidence to go from the beach to the bar. Today we are going to chat all about how you can go from an idea to big business using an online platform and create an e-commerce business that actually sells. Welcome!
Thanks so much for having us.
Of course, thanks for coming on.
No, our pleasure.
Yeah, I was saying before, this is the first time I've had two people on. So I'm very excited. I don't know where to look at the moment,
that's
but
right.
it's
We're
all right.
excited to be here.
Yeah, great. So to kick things off, can you give us a little bit about your story and how you started and your journey?
Sure. Well, this is going back 5 years now. So
Fair while now.
yeah, Corey and I, we studied together at the University of South Australia.
Yep.
So we did a Bachelor of Management Marketing, and during our degree, I was going to Europe every year on holidays, and I even studied part of my degree in Vienna in Austria.
Wow.
Corey studied college in America, so he was going back and forth from the States.
Yeah.
And we did quite a few classes together. We always wanted to start something. So after our degree, we had a strong interest for fashion, summer, and travel. So we liked looking good on the beach. We had a strong interest in fashion, obviously. So we wanted to incorporate the three. And then Vacay Swimwear was born. So we started, getting our samples made from overseas, wearing them. People started complimenting our shorts, started ordering more, selling to our friends and family.
Okay.
And then we built an online store, and the business kind of grew from there. So it was good to incorporate those three things we all loved.
Yeah.
And after our degree, just wanted to do our own thing, work for ourselves, and
Yep.
that's how Vacay Swimwear pretty much started. So it was been
Amazing.
quite an amazing journey ever since. So
Yep. So you guys have been long-term friends?
I met you during school. Like
Okay.
we knew each other like through
Yep.
friends of friends.
Yep.
During school, and then obviously got close
Yep.
once we were at uni together.
Okay.
And as you do at uni, you
Yep.
take the same classes as
Yep.
your mates, and you just see through your whole
Yep.
degree together.
Spend a lot of time
so
together. Yeah.
up until that point, we didn't really know each other too well. But once uni started, we started becoming really close, and
Amazing.
we kind of went from there. Like we started a few businesses while
Okay.
at uni at the time, which is quite funny. Not like full-on businesses.
Yep.
Funnily enough, one of them potentially could have been.
Really?
But like we started just with just buying Instagram accounts, growing them,
Wow.
selling them. So just like things on the side. So we always kind of had like that
Entrepreneurial
entrepreneurial,
spirit.
like
Yes.
marketing,
Yeah.
creative side to
Yeah.
us. And it just kind of went from there.
Cool.
yeah.
Amazing. So what made this idea stick? So you've kind of said you had a few because, like many of us, we all have had business ideas pop up here and there. But then, the fear of failure, all of those things kind of pop up and it really puts a stop to things. So how did you guys work through this and what are the first few steps that you guys had to do to get you started?
Well, you go.
Well, I guess it comes down to, passion,
Yeah.
hard work, and discipline. I mean, being two 22 or 21-year-olds when we started,
Yeah.
we invested, I think, $15,000 each.
Yeah.
That's all the money we had because we invested in too much travel throughout uni.
Yeah.
So
And for like a 21-year-old, that's a lot of
That's a
money.
lot of
so we
money,
literally
yeah.
went all guns out, put 15K each into the business. That's all we had. And we're like, now we've got to make this work. We understand it's going to be hard. We understand there's going to be, setbacks, and the idea of failure is going to come into our heads. But it's how you overcome those obstacles, which is what makes a successful business at the moment. It's all about problem solving, and through our uni assignments, we were always in groups. So we'd be given an assignment, and it would be like, how the hell are we going to do this? But we always, use our problem solving hats and got through it. So I think just sticking it out, working hard, and really being passionate about what you do is going to be fundamentals to success.
Yeah, for sure. Like the business kind of started not because we wanted to make money.
Yeah.
We'd started with swimwear because we couldn't actually find any swimwear.
Okay.
So it was more just to solve a personal problem.
So that's it. You found a problem and you solved it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And obviously we're passionate about that. We both care about, what we dress like and how we look.
Yeah.
So it literally started by solving a problem. And then once we did that, we kind of noticed that it was a problem for not just us, but a lot of our friends and their friends. And then it was kind of like a light bulb moment where it was like, all right, I think we're kind of onto something here.
Yeah, wow.
And there's a bit of demand for something which isn't in the market.
I think it worked. When we first started, people still wearing the below the knee board shorts, and when Corey went in America, he was saying that all the Americans are wearing that, and they're still wearing that to this day. When I was in Europe, I noticed the guys wearing the more mid-length shorts as well. So, and in Australia as well, as cliche as it sounds, we did find a gap in the market for a brand that tailored specifically to men's swimwear. So we incorporated all our shorts are named after travel destinations as well.
I did see that on your website. That's awesome.
So we wanted to incorporate a love for travel into the brand. I think we've done that quite well.
Yeah, you have. I feel like you're very clear on what you both love.
Yeah.
And you've really turned that into your life, into your career, into your business. It's, you've brought in your love for travel and fashion and swimwear and all these things and created something that really is your baby. And you're like, we're going to nurture this. We're going to make it amazing.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Love it. So how do you set up an online e-commerce store? What is involved? What do you do? I know that, when you're starting out, it's obviously very daunting to set up an online store.
For us, we kind of started when e-commerce really was only just beginning. When I was finishing school, no one said to me, oh, I want to go into e-commerce.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing.
The word was just what do you mean?
Yeah, so we kind of had to learn the hard way. We didn't have a mentor who had been there and done that prior to us. It was we were stepping into new territory.
Yeah.
And we pretty much had to learn it all ourselves, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube and stuff on Instagram and that you can kind of copy. But we just had to learn right from wrong just by failing and testing and failing, testing and failing.
Trial and error.
Yeah, pretty much. We just started with a very basic web platform, created a website. At the time, we thought it was absolutely amazing, but we actually have photos that we look back on now, and it was just horrific.
Oh my gosh.
And just kind of went from there. Kind of learnt that there was better platforms out there that could handle our traffic and better suited for e-commerce.
So you really had to do your research.
Yeah, we knew nothing about Facebook advertising and any of that. At uni, we learnt more about our traditional kind of print media and all that kind of stuff. So at the time, we just literally just had to learn from ourselves.
And I think being business partners as well, when anyone out there who's starting a business, it's very important to teach yourself how to do all things in the business. You got so much knowledge at the end of your fingertips. Go on YouTube, how do you build a Shopify store, Facebook advertising, how to do Facebook ads. Teach yourself everything. So then when you start employing people, you can oversee what they're doing and understand what they're doing. And if you want to get an agency involved in your business, they won't pull the wool over your eyes. So it's very good to be dynamic in your own business and know how to do everything. Don't just start a business, pay this guy to do that, pay him to do that. Otherwise, you just burn your budget and you burn all your money at the start.
And especially in the beginning, we didn't have cash flow to be able to.
The money you invested in the business, was that for product?
That was for everything.
Product development, websites, Facebook advertising, sampling. It was literally for everything. And we did spend a lot of money on trial and error. These days, people starting, they probably would save a lot of money because they've got so much knowledge on the internet, or they can speak to people, but we didn't have that. But at the end of the day, we taught ourselves everything in the business. And we have employees now who are amazing, customer service, content creators, inventory managers, and we oversee everything they do, and we've done what they've done, so we understand.
Yeah, I think it gives you a bit of an edge over your business as well. You know, you understand how everything runs.
Yeah,
definitely.
So then, like you said, when you do employ someone, you can work with them.
Yeah, correct.
And you can understand what they're doing and know what they're spending their time on, and that's going to benefit your business.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, amazing. So how do you source everything you need, from products to packaging? I'm sure this was quite a process. A lot of people, this is a very interesting question, and I always discuss my questions with friends, and they're like, yes, every time I've wanted to start a business, I just don't know where to start, because when you're selling a product, you first need to source the product. And that's probably one of the hardest things, you know?
It's definitely like a daunting experience for someone that has never done it before.
Of course.
We didn't really have any idea either as well. Like it was
two male graduates outside of you, and no experience in dressmaking.
Yeah,
we want to do a fashion brand. Where do we start? So there's an amazing platform called Alibaba, which has suppliers from China. So you got to reach out to a few of them, talk to them, make sure the language barrier is obviously quite difficult, but they generally speak good English. So you download an app on your phone called WeChat, and you can communicate through there or straight to the platform. Talk to suppliers, get samples made, and basically you just got to keep hunting until you find the right supplier that's offering you the best price and the best quality.
It took us a good 12 months.
Really, just to source your product.
Some of the samples that we got in the beginning, like it was hilarious. Like parachute pants and and just horrible materials, and the photos that they would send you of what they told you they'd made, and then what you'd got were just like X and Y. So and obviously we didn't want to just jump in having a mediocre product. Like we wanted to make sure it was good from the beginning. So that took a bit of time as well. And like that's the other thing, like to make a successful brand, it takes time. Not even once you launch, but like that background work prior to. And I think like a lot of people today just think that there's these get rich quick kind of things, and it took us like years.
What are your thoughts on drop shipping? Because I've heard that term used so often. I mean, I don't really understand how it works. I think I kind of know it comes straight from the factory.
So drop shipping is basically you're selling a product online, but you don't actually own the product. It's still in the suppliers' warehouses in
you've
overseas.
never really seen the product.
No, you may have gotten a sample, before you started your website, but you don't actually have the physical product. So one positive is you don't have to outlay money like we did on stock. But you have no control over your, customer service, your shipping, all that stuff that's going on from overseas that you have no idea about. And then
that's such a hype at the moment, I feel.
It is, because it's an easy entry into the market. Like if you're 18 and you don't have 15 grand to throw into product, it's a good way to start. And it's actually a good way to probably test as well. Like if you don't think something's, you're not sure, it's a great way to test because you're outlaying nothing. But if you want to like grow your brand, there needs to come a point, like we never did it, but if you were to want to continue scaling and getting to $1 million business, there's no way I think you can keep drop shipping.
It's not a sustainable business model. So generally you're drop shipping, you'll make a bunch of money within 2 years, and after that your customers become quite smart. Your shipping times are extended, customer service, products, you receive the products and they're not good, they have Chinese writing on the packaging. So customers are becoming smarter. I mean, with the brand that we've built, we have longevity, we've built a community. I mean, we've spent years building, our databases with our customers. We're in stores all around the world. So, we've got good social proof and good trust from our customers and stockers who stock our brands.
And that's ultimately what you want. You want that trust. You want returning customers. You want people talking about how great the experience was shopping with you. It's not just about getting the great product, but I know that if I've ever had a concern or I've emailed a store and they've had a beautiful customer service representative get back to me, I'm like, I'm going to shop there again. That was amazing.
And not only you going to shop there again, your friends and family will as well. So they're not just winning back you as a customer, they're winning back your friends and your family and so on. So
absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, we've invested a lot of money like in the last year or two in like customer experience. And just we thought we had it good, but we knew that it could be better. And we've noticed like a big customer retention rate increase just by placing a bit more of an emphasis on that. And they're the kinds of things you can't do with drop shipping.
No, absolutely not. Interesting.
So that's our thoughts on
that because it's such a hype. Like I just feel like I hear about it all the time.
There's people that have made millions of dollars from doing it. But they'll build something up, sell it start something else because there's a timeline.
So I feel like it's you wouldn't really start a dropshipping business because you're passionate about it. You just start it for money. Whereas if you're someone that wants to start an e-commerce store because you have a product or you have an idea that you're truly passionate about, then you got to do it how you guys did it and make it last and make it worth it.
I think people start dropshipping as well because they see all these like online courses and they think get rich quick, yada yada.
Bit of clickbait, right?
And unfortunately, like kids just dive into these businesses thinking they're gonna be a millionaire overnight. Well, I hate to tell you, it takes 5 years.
I wish it happened like that.
Yeah, I know. How great.
Overnight success takes 4 years, 5 years. I mean, it could happen sooner, but
Interesting.
Money's just a consequence of your hard work, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So what are the pros and cons of having a business partner? Do you guys argue or do you disagree?
Oh, look, we definitely disagree, but I don't see like disagreeing as arguing. Like disagreeing is just two different opinions and you may come to a great conclusion. Because, I think one way, Geordie thinks another way, our employees might think something, and we take everyone's opinions on board. So no, we don't argue. It's like we're there, like, bashing each other. And,
I think like at the if any business partners say they don't disagree, they're straight out lying.
That's not true.
At the start, when everything's all rosy in the air, I mean, when your roles aren't identified, then you do tend to disagree. But once you have structures and systems in place, and you have your own roles, then that becomes minimal, right? The pros, business partners, 2 brains are better than 1.
Exactly,
we both bring different skill sets to the table. So we both have different backgrounds, capital investment at the start, of course.
Yeah, that helps as well.
So, and then the cons, I guess, I mean, if you just meet someone on the street and he has a bunch of money, I can give you X amount to start this business, but you don't really know the person that well and he's just in it for the money, I don't think it's going to work. I mean, Corey and I, we both trust each other, we support each other, and we both have the same end game and vision as each other, which is important, and that's why we can grow so well together as business partners and accelerate the brand and propel it into international markets. And for sure.
So you really got to be on the same page, but also brings different things to the table.
Yeah, I think if you're both good at the exact same things, you're going to lack elsewhere.
It's pretty much one brain at the end of the. Well,
correct.
It's like you all have the same ideas, you think the same way. Whereas having those, 2 different outlooks on things, it's going to bring different.
And even when like employing, like we're expanding the team at the minute, and we're looking at bring on different types of people, different types of skill sets, because there's things that we miss, there's things that other people miss, that, there's other avenues to grow.
Of course. And that's good that you have that mindset. It's not like the whole, I know how to run my business, I know everything.
No, definitely
it's like
not.
Everyone's got a different skill set and it's taking that on.
And they all work like perfectly in conjunction with each other. Like
absolutely.
Corey's got a really sound knowledge in web development. And I do lots of like media buying. So without the website being optimized for conversions and user friendly, I can't do my job 100% as well. Course. So everything we do intertwines and we can build the business perfectly together.
Amazing.
And e-commerce is constantly changing as well. So like there's things that we were doing a year or 2 ago that worked great, which now don't work at all. And every month something new's coming in, there's some new update, constantly adapting and having us and people on board that can follow those trends.
So when it comes to e-commerce, what do you think is, when it comes to all the different platforms, what's important, what's not important, what should you be putting time in, with all the social channels, and does that really help your business a lot?
Consistency in branding, I would say. Obviously having a user-friendly Shopify store, making sure your ad creatives for Facebook ads are all on point, all converting, engaging, customer service. So website, customer service, and Facebook ads all need to be working together at the same pace, and they all work in conjunction with each other. So I think those 3 need to really be
amazing.
And
where does social media come in, and like ambassadors and that? Is that?
Yeah, so we do all that. Like, so we have our paid media, like our sponsored ads and whatnot. But we also play a big focus on our organic media. So like if you see our Instagram, like the content's, really good. And I think a lot of the trust from your customers comes from all that organic stuff that you put out there. Like we're not selling in every post or every email we send out. It's more just growing the Vacay family and our database and the brand, obviously, that we've built. So organic is probably just as important. But yeah, like the way that e-commerce is going, like that's why we've got this man on board to to go out and media buy, as he would say.
What do you mean media buy?
Like run Facebook ads.
Okay.
So we do that all in-house, which is good.
Amazing.
So making sure that, you know, ad creators are putting out are going to be engaging to. I mean, we have like 4 different stores. So we have a German store, USA store, UK store, and obviously Australia store. So the content we put out to each region has to be localized to that particular region as well. So it's just, really having different content for those different regions and making sure those types of people engage with certain types of content.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you create an engaging ad?
Well,
that's the $1 million question.
That's the $1 million question.
So we're still trying to work that out.
Trying to write some notes.
We test a lot of ad creators every week. So we're doing like 10 a week at the moment.
Wow. Obviously,
they don't all engage. We'd love it if they did. But, you know, we're constantly test new creators, get our influencers to make content, get our customers to film themselves talking about our product. We also obviously have agencies in Australia to film content as well from us. And our content creator in-house compile the videos and make sure, you know, that engaging and constantly trying new videos that are going to engage with your potential customer.
Okay.
A lot of A/B testing and then just kind of just doing it over a long period of time and working out what works.
Constantly testing. That's what we do. It's like a laboratory.
It is.
It is.
We're constantly testing new things.
Interesting. Okay, so was there ever a moment where you guys wanted to throw in the towel?
There actually was.
There was.
Really? Tell me about
Funny
it.
enough, there actually was. So in the beginning, like, you know, obviously it was couple months in, or maybe like 6 months in.
It was early on.
Yeah, and we would always just go to like McGill Uni to, you know, do our work. Didn't have an office.
Okay.
We were, you know, living at home, didn't have space, a creative space to work.
Yeah.
We just hire out, like we couldn't even use our own UniSA logins because we'd finished.
You'd finished.
So we'd have to use like friends that were still there, like their logins to book rooms. And like there was this, I just remember vividly, there was this one day and we were working really hard, but just weren't really seeing, you know, the progress. And I think we were just beating down individuals that day. And I remember like we just looked at each other and we were just like, what the hell are we doing? Like, are we wasting our time?
Like, we both got degrees. We can easily get a job and get paid, you know, 60,000 a year. Instead of working our arse off, at the start of the business, we thought we were going to make $1 million in the first 6 months.
We were so naive. Like, I remember our goals. We thought like we're going to launch this site, and we're going to wake up like 100 orders. Like, I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks before we even got an order. Like, I still remember the guy's name.
Wow.
And so we obviously had these grand plans for ourselves, and then 6 months down the track, we were nowhere near there. Almost looked worse off than where we'd started. And we just kind of like looked at each other and like we're like just writing things on the whiteboard, and we're just like, nah, I reckon like we're done here. Like this isn't gonna work.
We tried, it didn't work. Let's stop. Because it's funny enough, like at uni, I mean, Corey touched base on it before. First year uni, we actually started a do-it-yourself teeth whitening business. It was only a partial business, but we didn't have, you know, a website. We had a Facebook page.
We're just selling to our friends.
We're importing from Alibaba, selling to students. We're selling like 30 or 40 a week. Random people messaging our Facebook, and we're like, you know what? We're first year uni. Won't better pursue. This is before your high smiles, mind you.
Wow.
Yeah, this is February.
This was a long
time.
Dude, this was a long time ago. Like.
And then like we're like first year uni, we've got to keep, you know, mum and dad happy. We've got to do a whole degree. So we started, and we didn't have the knowledge we had obviously now that e-commerce is going to be such a powerful platform to create businesses. So we just threw in a towel for that business. Then it was so funny. We're revisiting back at uni when we did want to throw in a towel. We're like, should we just start Vacay Teeth and redo the teeth?
It just came back into our mind.
But then it was too late because like High Smile.
There were so many big players. We're like, nah, we've missed that.
We missed the boat.
So I remember that night, like we'd went home and obviously, you know, thought about it a little bit. And I think I remember messaging Jordan and I was just like, man, let's just keep going. You know, like we've worked so hard for this. And he's like, I was about to say the same thing. Like, you know, we've put too much into this to just throw it away now. Like, let's see where it goes. Thank God we did.
I know, thank God. So from that point, what did you do different? Like did you have
I think we just strategized better. We had a better plan in place. So we thought, okay, if we want to be successful, we want this to work, we want to have more structure. Have a better strategy in place and just go hard. We've had a melting point now. We didn't melt. So and I think let's just go hard.
Every startup reaches that crossroad at some point. And that's why so many brands you see start, and then within a year or two they're gone.
They're gone.
And everyone reaches that point. It's just kind of like how you deal with it, and how personally, mentally tough you are.
Yeah. And I guess it would have been great having the two of you. Like, that's where a partnership would be great, because you can really be like, if one of you is like, no, we're going to do it, then the other one's going to be like, yes, we are. Like, let's make this happen. Let's redo things.
Definitely helps when you have that support from each other, as we do. I mean, some days where we're like, something's not working, we pump each other up. Let's do it. It's going to work. Let's make it work.
But I think we were lucky. Like, we were young. We had a little bit to lose, obviously, with the money we put in, but at 21, like, it's easy to recover again. Like, we weren't married with a mortgage and kids.
Yeah.
We were living at home. Like, you lose 15 grand, whatever, that's like an overseas trip.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think because of that, we were able to get back on our feet.
And I think, was it 4 months after that, we landed the Iconic contract?
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Wow.
So it wasn't long after that melting point.
4 months after wanting to throw in the towel.
So that's what
amazing.
Really, like, okay, if they want to, stock our brand, we must be onto something gold here.
Wow.
So I think that's really...
They took a real punt with us.
They did.
At the time, we weren't, like, we were still starting out.
Wow.
Probably weren't that well known.
Yeah.
And I think this guy that we dealt with, there was the men's buyer there.
Okay.
He just saw something in us.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Was that a bit of a breakthrough moment for your business?
It was.
Yeah.
Because, I think at the time, we're the youngest brand on the Iconic.
Wow.
And, the head of menswear from the Iconic literally said, like, I'm happy to give you guys a shot. So
oh my goodness,
when we hear those words from someone who's so high up in the fashion for men's, it gave us hope and the confidence.
Yeah, he was like, you guys are going to do well. Like, I can see there's nothing like this at your price point.
That's incredible.
And we're like, are we?
Yeah, we're like, well,
so
if he's
how do
saying
you go about that? Like, when you're a brand and you've got your online business, how do you go about becoming a wholesaler to big brands like the Iconic and David Jones and wherever else?
It is a nightmare.
It takes a lot of relationship building.
Yeah, we were printing off world maps, and I remember like Corey and I were going through every individual city in the US and searching those men's stores in those cities and creating a whole database Excel file. This is where discipline comes into it, doing things you didn't want to do, but you had to do. So we're spending hours upon hours emailing stores with our pitch, hundreds a day, and only 2 will get back to us. It's very disheartening, but once you got that breakthrough and once you start getting more stores, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
And that was remember those times?
Yeah, but like going back, like to build your stockist and wholesale part of your business, it's a lot of relationship building. Like anything, it's kind of not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
So just get your foot in the door, meet the right people, leave a good impression.
Network.
Just keep going back to it every, 6-12 months, just making sure they know you're still interested.
Okay.
And things, as again, if you've got a good product and you've got a good brand, things will go your way.
Amazing.
And that's...
What was like a pivotal moment in your business? Like something that really you look back on and you're like, that was an incredible moment for us. We grew, even not as in like you grew in money wise, but within yourself. Like, was there ever a moment that you look back on?
I think, recently it was, launching to the US market this month.
Okay, amazing.
So that's something we hadn't tapped into just yet.
Yeah.
So this year we decided to go hard into the US market and we received an overwhelming response.
Wow.
So we're like, wow, this is incredible. Why don't we do this earlier?
Yeah.
But we didn't have the systems in place to be able to do that earlier.
Yeah.
Now we have a whole team. We have customer service, content creation. So, I mean, if you're starting a business, just start in your own backyard first. If you're from Australia, start in Australia. Then once you down-packed with that, then explore other international markets.
Yeah.
The population in the USA is like 330 odd million as opposed to 23 million. So it's like 16 times bigger.
Wow.
So if you can crack those markets, you're doing something right.
Okay.
But that was an overwhelming response. David Jones was also, Australia's largest physical retailer, wanting to stock us in all their stores Australia-wide. That was a pivotal moment as well. What would you say?
There's been lots,
little
there's
things.
stuff that we look at now where we think, oh, that wasn't a big deal. But like at the time it was massive. And I think that's what's happening. Like, we might get,
as you grow,
we might get 5 years down the track and think, oh, like David Jones, that was great, but we're going for this. But it's all those little things that add up and make you know,
and
a great
probably,
business.
Like you said earlier, it gives you that confidence and it gives you that motivation to be like, what can we do next? Let's push forward. Like, and really celebrating those moments as well.
And when you're having those days where, you know, things aren't going your way or there's been some big thing go wrong, look back at those moments and think, look how far like we've come from two guys that, you know, we weren't rocket scientists or anything like that. We're just your basic marketing degree students that, you know, were hardworking. Yeah. And, you know, just tried something.
Had a vision and made it work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amazing. So cool. So for anyone listening who has a really great business idea but just has no idea where to start, what is the advice you would give them? Like, what are your top 3 or 5 things that you would say you need to do this? Get a mentor.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
especially if they want to start an online like e-commerce business. There's plenty of people now out there that are doing great things, even in Adelaide. And, you know, back when we started, we didn't have that. Whereas now, you know, 10 years from since e-com started, like there's heaps of people that can help you out. So having a mentor, which, you know, you can meet up with, you know, every now and then and just make sure you're on the right track and, you know, pick their brain. Okay. You'll learn so much. Like we didn't have that. Yeah. And if we were to start this business again today, building a brand takes time. But we know the stuff that didn't work that we would have been able to, someone would be able to tell us, like, that's not going to work, you know?
Yeah, I think someone else's long road would have been our short road in that set. Yeah, I'll just say if you're passionate about the business, take a leap of faith, invest your money, and just work hard at it. And it's, like I said before, there's so much knowledge at the end of your fingertips. You can go on Google, YouTube, there's so many tutorial videos that can help you on how to start a successful business or the direction you need to take, and just hustle hard and just work hard and things go. Obviously, nothing ever goes smoothly as being a business owner. Yeah. Like when things are going smoothly for like a week, we know the storm's about to come. You know, so when you receive those obstacles in business, just work through them and ride the wave. It's a roller coaster. It's nothing's easy. No. Nothing ever goes right, really. Yeah. So you'll soon realise that once you're in business and start a business. So don't get disheartened. Keep moving forward.
Incredible, thank you. So what's in store for Vacay? What's to come? What can we look out for?
What can you look out for? We're building our product range at the minute, so that's an exciting thing. Like we're expanding out more into more resort wear, trying to appeal to a larger demographic in the men's swim and resort industry. Yep. There's plenty to look forward to.
Well, right now, given the current climate, I mean, we're waiting for the borders to open. Once the borders open, you know, we've already got deals hooked up with beach clubs all around the world. That as soon as, you know, borders start opening, we can press go, and we've got some few things planned for the beach clubs. But apart from that, like our long-term vision is to, you know, probably be the biggest swim resort wear brand in the world. Yeah. So I would say, we're on the right track.
Incredible. You are on the right track. I can see it.
Hopefully next time we catch up.
I know. You'll be telling us how to run like $1 billion business or something.
That'd be nice.
That'd be great. So where can we follow you guys? Where can we go to look at all your swimwear? What's your handle?
Well, you can follow us by our socials, just Vacay Swimwear, website, vacayswimwear.com.au. Awesome. If you actually want to see the products, you know, physically, we're in all David Jones stores around Australia, so go in, have a look. Any feedbacks we love to take on. So
beautiful.
Yeah, we're everywhere. So you'll see us somewhere.
So good. I actually went on your website the other day to, like, you know, do a bit of research. And now I'm getting so many ads, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy my boyfriend some shorts.
They're working.
I mean, they're working, so they're really working. So good work.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for today, guys. So thank you for coming
Thanks for having
on.
us.
I really appreciate your time. No, it was amazing. There were so many bits in that where I'm like, yes, I've got to like write that down. I'm gonna keep that for later. So amazing.
Thanks so much for having us.
Of course.
We enjoyed being on here.
So that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you have taken even just one piece of wisdom from this episode that you can apply to your life to help you grow and be a happier and healthier version of you. Please like, subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and make sure to share us on your socials. Sending lots of love to you all. Bye.